that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in certain situations, you could talk to a person. You express how you feel. They express how they feel. Y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree, or you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
I figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having an issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. It ain't no thing. Oh, I want him, and he's married to you, and it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
Remy Ma is out here in a rage, and to be honest, it's becoming dangerous. Claressa Shields apparently attempted to send several hitters to take Remy out, according to rumors circulating online. The two had been at odds for a while, with all of the subs being connected to Babu. Remy once challenged Claressa to settle it in a ring, but that obviously never happened. What then did Claressa supposedly do instead? She allegedly increased the stakes and dispatched a few individuals to deal with Remy, but they failed to currently. There are rumors that Remy Ma ended up in a hospital bed. Let's break down completely and discuss what actually led to this explosive moment, because although it may sound like something from a movie, the tension has been building for a while. So let's go back a bit. The last time we saw Remy Ma, she was standing strong at an event in her hometown. Beside Trey Songz and Connie Diamond on stage, she sang their Ghetto and Ratchet remix. Nothing out of the ordinary, but she altered a line in her verse that put everyone into a tailspin. There was an issue with the original bar. They said that someone wanted your ninja, so I took him. However, while performing live, Remy changed it to, I'll take your ninja if I want him. And the way she said that statement was pure hatred. The enthusiasm and the emotion on the face. When she mentioned Claressa, fans clucked right away. Remember, Claressa has been acting really sexy lately, and Remy is aware of it. That line was a direct hit, not simply a bar. She seemed to be stating that, I had him first, and I could take him back if I wanted to. Additionally, the degree of assurance or perhaps resentment left others wondering if Remy was still upset about her separation from PV. However, that line might have been the final straw for Claressa, as Perella hesitated for a millisecond. Claressa debuted freestyle shortly after Ray's onstage shade, and you can bet she didn't hold back either. Claressa is seen standing in front of a fancy whip in a video that is currently going viral, looking as though she is prepared for battle. Trucker hat, bomber jacket, shades, chains, and everything next. She begins referring to herself as a face splitter as soon as the beat stops. If she's not addressing Remy, then who else would she be addressing? She boasts about having different tax brackets and exudes an aura that suggests she's not the type to toy with. Here's the twist though. The internet wasn't impressed. Jokes like, it's given I wanna be Remy badly began to fill the comment section. Cringy, how ironic. We recently witnessed Remy playing at Madison Square Garden in the studio with Mayo. And suddenly Claressa appears, dressed like Remy, rapping. Rapping isn't it, and this is garbage. Thus, the girl should stick to boxing instead. It was Remy who had the last laugh. And listen, Claressa's face later in the Instagram stories said it all, so that last statement must have hurt. She believed she was doing something, but the streets didn't like it. That freestyle was meant to stop Remy from talking, but it only made Claressa appear stressed and encouraged comparisons. At that point, things began to spin out of control. However, this is when things start to get extremely tangled and, to be honest, a little frightening. Because shortly after Claressa's freestyle failed and social media pulled her forward, reports began to circulate that Remy had been involved in an altercation. And it has been days since she has been spotted in public. No posts, no live videos or appearances. Meanwhile, rumors are circulating that Claressa, who is known to have some street connections in Michigan, may have sent some hitters to confront Remy, and that Remy wound up in the hospital as a result. We don't yet know if this is true, but anything is possible when you combine public humiliation, broken hearts, and street loyalty. Claressa is more than just a boxer though. She has people and pools, and if anyone could accomplish something without getting their hands dirty, it might be her. While all of this drama is going on, guess who is out there having a good time as if nothing were happening? Papoose, y'all, he's been seen on vacation with Claressa, grinning, having a good time, and not seeming to mind the turmoil. The fact that Claressa may have lost that rap battle, but it appears that she may be winning the war since she has the man, makes her admirers even more convinced. After she retaliates with bars, Ree has gone completely silent. Thus, no events, no clapbacks, no social media posts. It appears as though Remy may have briefly vanished, and there is conversation on the streets. However, if there's one thing we know about Remy Ma, it's that she rarely stays silent, so it's definitely not appropriate that she would abruptly disappear. Because of the claimed hit attempt, some people are guessing that she is keeping quiet, while others believe she is planning a comeback and is simply waiting for the ideal opportunity to strike. But let's be honest, everyone. Even though Claressa may have been the first to punch, she had best be afraid because Remy is more than just a threat. She is worse. She is the kind of woman who doesn't bluff and means what she says. Thus, it appears that this is a ticking time bomb rather than just a rap feud. Additionally, Ree has served time in prison, and based on her demeanor, it appears that she has no fear of returning. She is 10 times more deadly than any diss track or Instagram post because of this. She is aware of the risks, yet she might jeopardize everything if you push her too far.
So he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, except it alters on the weekends, on Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year, he came every day.
Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to, like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was alright, and I was like, he was like, alright, cool, and then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week.
Here, we must not overlook the obvious. Remy adores papooses. Evidently, she had to ride or die for that man. Accordingly, Remy might be prepared to engage in full-on, deadly attraction if Claressa is attempting to interfere. Particularly now that she and Pap have a child together. But that is more than just a relationship, it is family. If she feels threatened by Claressa, it is not implausible that she would do everything it takes to keep it safe. Even if it means putting a stop to Claressa. Yes, as I mentioned, Remy might be observing the entire situation as though I already have the baby. All I need now is the husband and peace, and nothing is in my way. Not even a boxing champion. And let's take a little trip down memory lane for those who believe that Reed is just barking at everyone. Because she has a track record, Remy Ma's past is more than just hip-hop battle talk or a simple slap on the wrist. She was found guilty of shooting someone again in 2007. Remy was a part of a gunshot event that took place just outside the nightclub Minette. The woman Nikita Barnes, who was shot by Joseph, asserted that Remy believed she had stolen money from her, so instead of discussing it with him, Remy pulled the trigger. She claimed it was an accident, but the court rejected that and charged her with possessing a firearm and even attempting coercion. And you all know what? She was sentenced to 8 years in prison, 8 years in total. She has been attempting to live her best life ever since her release from prison after serving 6 years. But best thing somewhere, Big Remy is still there, and it doesn't end there. Let's skip ahead to 2019, when Remy was detained once more. This time for reportedly punching Love and Hip Hop New York co-star Brittany Taylor. Yes, Remy received a complete case from a single backstage slap. Remy acts out without hesitation if she feels mistreated, as evidenced by the court's decision to issue a restraining order against her.
Realest that I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with it when you're 4'10".
But take note, Remy isn't the only one on demon time. In 2021, her son was arrested for his claimed involvement in a gunshot incident that resulted in the death of another person. Her son was also involved in a murder case. People began wondering what was actually happening in Ray's home after that case sent shockwaves over the internet, giving Bonnie, Clyde, and their child a lot of energy.
Remy Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a
Well,
hypothetical.
not hypothetically, but how you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it,
Right.
but he's charged with it. You know, which makes it very sad, you know, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And even 50 Cent attempted to warn her. It seems that Claressa is in high spirits because when 50 Cent, of all people, tells you to stop, you may have gone too far. She's been searching for Remy and pushing for the spot like she was pulling up to a boxing match, rather than a street situation, because she wants all the smoke. When she began to speak recklessly, 50 had to intervene. According to the websites, 50 told Claressa up front that she would get the blip. Indeed, the blip if she followed through. And that's a warning from someone who's been there before, not simply a threat. Around the neighborhood and see what occurs when you go too far with someone who has nothing to lose. Given her experience battling in the ring, Claressa Shields may have believed she could handle a little drama from a rapper. But what did she enter that wasn't simply a rapper? That person is genuine, has a criminal record, a rap sheet, and has nothing to lose. According to those close to her, she has a crew that remains devoted from the days of the Terror Squad. So some of those same individuals are still active and out there. Remy may be playing chess instead of checkers, while Claressa is out here acting like a costumed rapper or fighter. Nevertheless, these are merely rumors that Remy has. She's been keeping quiet because she's waiting for the right opportunity to react not only verbally but also physically. She may already be monitoring Claressa's movements, timing her patterns, seeing who is nearby, and getting ready to strike where it hurts the most. However, behind the scenes, sources claim that Ray has been acting really cleverly, such as surreptitiously retrieving phone logs, viewing previous interviews, checking direct messages, and determining the extent of the betrayal. However, there is another rumor that Remy has a close friend who remained impartial throughout the entire Pap and Claressa scandal, but that friend has since allegedly flipped and given. Remy's location drops all of the texts and the screenshots. Thus, Remy may be creating her own Tubby documentary, while Claressa is out here recording podcasts and working out. You are all aware of Remy's demeanor when she has something to prove. She doesn't broadcast dirty laundry for the sake of gaining influence, you know. There will be devastation if she spills. This is when it gets really dark, everyone. Some fans are speculating that Pap and Claressa may have worked up a whole elaborate scheme to remove Remy from the picture entirely. Consider it. After a period of quiet turbulence between Pap and Remy, Claressa suddenly appears. She goes from being the main chick to hanging out with Pap all of a sudden. 5 seconds from the beginning, the optics were clearly off. Fast forward to Remy being publicly humiliated and fan-shamed, and then, presto. Someone supposedly tries to kill her. Let's confront the elephant in the room, who stands to gain if she leaves. Don't be shocked if authorities are involved if this is indeed an attempted hit, or even if Remy was informed about one by someone close to her. Ree has been down before, so she is familiar with the system. She is not stupid enough to call the feds directly, but they may already be. Observing these are the sounds we're hearing on the streets. The idea of Remy Qualley employing a private investigator is being discussed. Someone involved in the purported hit has already come forward and revealed identities. Claressa has been relocating, postponing engagements, altering her security detail, and reportedly seeking legal counsel behind the scenes. Therefore, prosecutors could come rushing in if Remy Ma or anyone else comes forward with concrete proof that Claressa planned or even suggested some sort of physical harm. In addition, Claressa might face legal repercussions if this evidence proves conspiracy to commit a crime or if there is any indication that she is involved in the planning or funding of a felony. Even merely threatening violence via text or direct message can be used against you in court, tampering with a witness or obstruction, and if Claressa and her team attempt to intimidate Remy or anyone else associated with her, that is another serious charge. Any violence-related scandal could result in her being suspended from endorsements, blacklisted in the media, or, if the public begins to suspect that she was involved in harming another woman, particularly a woman with a child, that reputation was completed and over. However, I heard from you. Do you guys believe that? Is Claressa truly brave enough to pursue someone like Remy Ma when Remy is just loading up or laying low? Do you think Pap is the brains behind this whole chaotic love triangle? Or is he really an innocent bystander? Please leave your ideas in comments below, along with all of your hypotheses and dubious receipts. Remember to hit the like button. To ensure you don't miss the upcoming video of this crazy journey, click subscribe and enable notifications.